Hey guys, welcome to The Sophisticated Scoundrel. Today we're going to talk about being a man of your word to gain trust around the people around you. And before we do that, check out my free guide, The 5 Steps to Finding Your Life Mission and Purpose. This is a PDF that I put together along with a video for all the guys out there who are looking for a way to discover their purpose and mission in life. So be sure to grab that down in the link below. Okay, so let's get to today's topic, which is how being a man of your word is one of the best ways you can do, one of the best things that you can do to gain the trust of the people around you. So I wrote a post about this the other day, actually. And basically what I had said is that it's small little things. So you show up on time, you finish up the task that you promised, and you see things through to the end. These are very simple things that a lot of guys probably are like, well, yeah, duh. But you'd be surprised how many things we let slide. So let me give you an example. If you say to somebody that, hey, I'll let you know tonight if I can go to the event or whatever it may be. You know, you get asked to go something and you say, hey, I'll let you know later on tonight if I can go. Now, I can't tell you how many times people have said this to me and never fucking responded. It was just like crickets. Now, when that happens, you start to break down that trust, right? When a man says he's going to do something but just doesn't ever follow through, it's a very small thing, just, you know, hey, letting someone know, but these things add up. And the more you do this, the less trust others will have for you. Because I can think of these friends that would do this to me, and it would be like, okay, I'm not even going to ask that person anymore because I can't count on them. And I don't want to have to chase after them being like, hey man, are you doing this or not? It's just a small little thing, but the words and the promises that you make, even something as small as I'll let you know about something, those things, when you hold yourself to that standard of letting somebody know that you will do something, then you need to carry through on it, because that slowly builds trust over time. And this could even be on a very subconscious level when we're talking about small things like that. And again, the opposite effect happens when you don't do those things. So you can even use this example with women that you're dating. And this is a great one, because if you're starting to date a new girl, you want her to trust you as soon as possible. And the reason why is because the sooner that she trusts you, the sooner she'll be comfortable following your masculine lead. I think a lot of women out there don't follow that lead because guys don't follow through on their word. Now, not every guy does this, but I think a lot of guys do this, and I don't think they're intentionally doing it, but they don't realize how important the words that you say are. So for example, again, when I make a date with a woman and I say, okay, great, you know, I'll pick you up at 7 o'clock. That is it. I'm not calling to confirm, hey, are we on for today? I said I'll pick you up at 7 o'clock. I'm not going to then say, hey, are we still going out tonight? It's a small little thing, but it just I go confidently. I show up at 7 o'clock. I'm like, I'm here. And they're like, damn, okay. Because they're just so not used to it. I've had women literally say like, wow, okay, like you showed up exactly on time. I'm like, well, yeah, where else would I be? I said I was going to be there at 7 o'clock. I mean, did you expect me to show up at 8 o'clock? And she's like, well, no, I just, you know, usually guys always are confirming, or, you know, it's just, I don't feel like it's ever a done deal. And I'm just like, well, no, you know, I'm a man of my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. If there's a change to the plan, I'll definitely let you know, but this is how I roll. And just this simple act has made such a difference with how women respond to me, even just after the first date, because they're like, there's something about this guy. It's like, I believe what he says because he just follows through. He carries through. Everything that he said to me so far up until this point, he's carried through on. So this is why, you know, when you say you're going to do something, no matter how small it is, and if you can no longer fulfill that promise, then yeah, you can say, hey, look, you know what? I know I said I was going to be there at 7, but unfortunately, I'm a little backed up. I will be there at 7:30. These small attention to details make a big difference. And I learned a lot of this. I mean, I learned this as a kid growing up, but when I moved to Japan, I was like very impressed and shocked at how diligent they were at even the slightest infraction of being late or change to the plans. They were very conscientious about letting that person know and apologizing for the delay. Because if you think about it, if you ask someone out, or if you want to get together with someone, in a way you are on their time because you're requesting them to come with you to do X, Y, and Z. And so if you are showing up late, and even if you're on the one being invited, it's like they have the courtesy to bring you out to a good time or whatever. So if you're going to show up late, you at least owe them that courtesy and that respect. And by maintaining this level of courtesy and respect, things just go better in your relationships. A lot of you guys out there who are struggling with maybe some of these relationship issues, look at what is your word and what are your actions? Are they congruent? Do you stick to your promises? Do you stay congruent to your word? Because if you're not, and you're kind of getting, you're around shitty people, I mean, what do you expect? If you're acting like that too, why would you be treated any differently? And this is the beautiful thing about it. When you start to stay true to your word and are you raise your standards, you're congruent with who you are, then you expect a certain level of person that you interact with, and that person those people will become better quality people. Because if you're a man of your word and you're on time, and people around you are showing up late all the time, you're not going to put up with that for very long, because you're like, look, I get here on time, you guys want to come late, hey, that's up to you, but I'm no longer going to hang out with you guys. So that's the beauty of this system. The other thing too is that, if you are that guy who builds up a good reputation for being a man of your word, this will echo in your workplace as well. People will know that this guy gets shit done. When he says he's going to do it, he gets it done. And, and this is the part of, you have to hold yourself accountable to your word, which, again, this is going to have such a powerful effect on the people around you. And you'll start to see these benefits slowly increase in your life, the way people treat you, the opportunities that you have with work or with women. I think it can truly be considered somewhat of a superpower, especially in this day and age where guys are a little loose around their word. They say that, I've had guys sign up for, some of my complimentary coaching things, and they never show up. And it's like, I put on there like, hey, if you don't show up by that time, then this forfeits any future consultation. And so people will schedule something with me, and they won't show up, and that's their loss. Some people, they don't show up and they apologize profusely because they had a time difference, maybe they're in a different country, and it's like, okay, I see this guy's actually was a genuine, true, honest mistake. That's one thing. But to book a time with someone and not show up, period, I mean, hey, because they now forfeited being able to work with me in the future, and that's the choice they decided to make. But this tells me a lot about this guy. He's not a man of character. He says he'll do something, but then he doesn't. And can you trust men who behave like that? No. And if you expect people to trust you, if you don't hold yourself accountable to your words, then you're living in a pipe dream. Now, obviously we all have slip-ups. I get it, but that's fine. But I just think that don't give yourself the room for a slip-up. Hold yourself to a really high standard. Hold yourself accountable for these things, and you'll start to see a shift in the way people interact with you, and just the way that the type of people that you attract into your life. If you're attracting shitty women or even shitty male friends, maybe it's because you are doing things that keep you in a certain bracket of people. If you're doing shitty things, you're probably going to be attracting shitty people. If you're not a man of your word, if you're always kind of loosey-goosey and don't stick to things that you say you're going to do, well, chances are those are the people you're going to attract, and they're going to let you down, just like you've probably let other people down. So a little tough love for you guys, because I want you to build these skills that are not just picking up chicks and stuff like that, because it's a whole part of the whole system. If you're slacking over here and not following through with what you say you're going to do, well, it's going to affect dating and relationships and all these other things. So if you don't get your foundation right, and you expect to get all these great things that you want, it makes it a lot more difficult. So keep that in mind when you're out there. Stay true to your word. That's what I got for you today. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. And before you go, though, let me know. I'd like to know more about, times that you guys have had where you were let down by a friend who made a promise to you, and how that made you feel, because we gotta be able to look at this and see what it's like from that perspective, and you can understand then why it's not a good thing to do to others. So let me know in the comments any experiences that you've had in the past. Otherwise, if you are interested in doing one-on-one coaching with me, I have links down below where you can book a session with yours truly. So that's it. We'll see you in the next one.